Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
Hi guys, Geecher64 here, and today I'm animated because my actual set is undergoing some changes, so I'm animated. It's a little bit different. Today we'll be talking about the physical media releases for the month of May in the year 2024. We'll be talking about some new movies coming out, some older movies coming to Blu-ray and 4K. We obviously got some Steelbooks and some pretty interesting 4K packaging in DVD boxes that are really cheap, really affordable if you're interested in getting some 4Ks. We're going to be talking about all that today here on the New Release Wall. All right, so the first thing we'll be talking about today is Dune Part 2. This is the biggest release of the month, I think, by far. Definitely the one I'm the most excited about. I did a whole separate video really breaking down the options for this release, so we'll be covering them very briefly here. First, there's the DVD option. Then you've got the Blu-ray option. I was not a big fan of the art for the Blu-ray option. These are not dual packed either. So the Blu-ray does not include the DVD. The 4K, same box art, does not include the Blu-ray. There is a Steelbook coming out. This thing sold out months ago and has not come back into stock. So if you didn't get on it immediately, then you missed out. Just like me, I didn't pre-order this one either. This is the only way to get the dual pack with the 4K and the Blu-ray. There is a 2-film collection that has Blu-ray and there's also a 4K option as well. It's on the higher price side of $50. Because this includes both films, you're actually getting the full story here. So if you do not own Dune Part 1, this 2-pack may be worth picking up. As I talked about in my Dune video, the Dune 2 film collection on 4K doesn't appear to include the special features for Dune Part 1. So the only way to get the special features for Dune Part 1 on a 4K is to purchase Dune Part 1 by itself on 4K. And as I mentioned in my video, and as many people mentioned in the comments section, we're very upset that Dune does not include the IMAX format that was released in theaters. This is just getting a standard widescreen format here for the Dune Part 2, and a lot of people are upset about it. It's too late to pivot and change anything for this release based on the fan feedback, so who knows, maybe down the line we'll actually get the original release with the IMAX format. But we'll just have to wait and see. Next, we got the Bob Marley movie, One Love. This is actually on Paramount Plus, I think, already. It's already on streaming. Paramount Plus is one of those streaming services that puts out their movies usually a month or two before the physical media release, but I still haven't gotten around to checking it out. We've also got a Steelbook option, which looks pretty cool, going from One Love to One Life with Anthony Hopkins. I've actually heard some pretty good things about this movie, but I have not seen it. It is based on a true story tying into World War II. We've also got Arthur the King coming out. This is the Mark Wahlberg dog movie. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I saw the trailer for it and I have seen some reviews for it as well. And yeah, it just seems like it's a good family movie with Mark Wahlberg and a dog. It's only getting a Blu-ray release, no 4K, which seems to be more and more common with a lot of these new movies coming out. Unless they're big budget movies, they tend to just get Blu-ray releases and not necessarily 4K. We've also got Imaginary. This is a Blumhouse picture. It's a horror movie. I do think it's funny that this movie, Imaginary, is coming out the same year as the Imaginary Friends, which is a family friendly movie with Ryan Reynolds. So I'm not a big horror fan, so this really isn't my type of film, but it is coming out on Blu-ray. No 4K for this release. Next up, we got Anatomy of a Fall, which is a Criterion movie. They're asking $28 for this one, which isn't too bad for Criterion. I haven't seen this movie. I haven't heard a whole lot about it. The first time I heard about it was when it was up for some awards at the Oscars, which I myself don't put much stock in, but the movie is getting a physical media release, so that's nice. We've also got a movie called In the Land of Saints and Sinners coming out to Blu-ray for $25. This is a Liam Neeson movie. It has some okay reviews. I think for the most part, Liam Neeson has, over the last few years, really belonged in the $5 bin with Steven Seagal movies, it seems like, with the amount of disposable action movies he seems to be in. But this one, just based on the review, seems to be one of his better movies, and it is coming out. We've also got Dead Wrong coming to Blu-ray. Don't know anything about this one. All I know is that it stars Rob Schneider. And another kind of art type of picture coming out is Sasquatch Sunset. I watched a trailer for this, and it looks insane. But it is coming out to Blu-ray as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some Steelbooks here. We got Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. I actually mentioned this in my Star Trek video last month that this one was coming out. This is the 40th anniversary, and it's really nice it's getting a Steelbook. I wish that Wrath of Khan had a Steelbook release. As far as I know, I don't remember them doing a 40th anniversary when Wrath of Khan came out. Maybe they did and I just missed it. This is a pretty nice looking Steelbook on 4K. The 4K upgrades for these Star Trek movies have been pretty good. They seem to be a bigger step up from the Blu-rays, at least from the two that I've seen. It does have a slip, and the slip there has the ships on it, so when you take it off, you just get Spock's face here. There's a Walmart exclusive. The Walmart exclusive is the same Steelbook, but it just comes with a poster. At least as far as I can tell, that's the only difference. I'm a big Star Trek fan. I was thinking about picking this one up. The Search for Spock is like a mid-tier Star Trek movie. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up or not. We also got a Batman, the original Batman, with Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, coming to 4K. It's already been released on 4K, but we got a 4K Steelbook this time, dual packed here with a Blu-ray. Steelbook looks pretty nice. I do actually have a different Steelbook. This is a Blu-ray Steelbook that came out, but this 4K Steelbook looks pretty sharp as well, although it does kind of look like it's just a stock image of the city here. It doesn't really seem to capture Tim Burton's style, so I don't know. Not really. The more I look at it, the less I like this Steelbook. We've also got The Crow coming out. This is a big release for a lot of people. I've actually never seen The Crow. I've heard a lot of things about it over the years, and I know it's a big cult movie. A lot of people really love this movie. I haven't gotten around to seeing it. There are some Steelbooks. So there's a standard Steelbook, which is this one right here, which looks just fine. And then there's a Walmart Steelbook, which has a completely different design. I actually prefer the regular Steelbook, I think, to the Walmart Steelbook, but neither one of them look that bad. I think it's cool that this movie is getting two Steelbook options. However, they've both been listed as out of stock, so my guess is that whatever they had has already been sold out for pre-orders. Maybe they'll get some more in stock by the time it releases or later down the line. We'll have to wait and see. There's a standard 4K coming out that is in stock if you're interested in that one. This is, of course, for the 30th anniversary of The Crow. We've got American Sniper getting a Steelbook release. This is the first time on 4K, I believe. I have American Sniper on Blu-ray. I don't think it released on 4K. So it's coming to 4K for the first time, and you're getting this pretty nice looking Steelbook. I think American Sniper is a pretty good movie. It's not one that I go back and rewatch a lot, but I've seen it twice. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and I saw it when I picked it up, but it's been a while since I watched it. There also is a standard slip, although again, this one is not dual packed. So there's neither the Steelbook or the slipcover or dual packed the Blu-ray. You're just getting the 4K. This is becoming more and more common and more irritating. Next, we've got Killer Clowns from Outer Space getting a Steelbook release. This is from Shout Factory. They're asking $33 for it. Not really my type of movie, but I do think this Steelbook looks great. This is a great looking Steelbook. And again, this is 4K. It's also getting a standard slip if you can't get your hands on the Steelbook, although I would definitely say the Steelbook is a much better option, has much better art than what you got on the standard slip. We've also got The Gate coming out as well. I just watched the trailer for this when I found out it was coming out because I thought the Steelbook looked pretty cool. And the trailer looked pretty bad, but it looked like bad in a fun kind of way. Never seen this movie, as I said, but you know, the Steelbook looks pretty sharp. They're only asking $20 for it, which is not that bad. This is a Blu-ray, and then you've also got this other movie coming out with a Steelbook, The Lair of the White Worm. Don't know anything about this one. I didn't see the trailer for this one or anything. I don't think this Steelbook looks as sharp as The Gate does. I would recommend The Gate over this one just based on the art alone. Next up, we've got American Hustle, which is getting a Steelbook release as well. I do have this one on Blu-ray. I'm not really going to upgrade to the 4K for this one, although the Steelbook looks okay. It's really nothing super fancy. And there is a Dune 1 Steelbook that was dropped for Walmart for $30, but it sold out immediately after going up. Like, as soon as I found out this thing was coming out, the day it came out, I got on to check it, and it was already sold out. This was apparently a European release that Walmart decided to put out, and I guess they obviously didn't have very many of them. I don't really know what was going on here, but it was $30 when it was posted. There's also another one, Mad Max Fury Road, which is on 4K for $30. This one came out the same day as the Dune Part 1 Steelbook did, and they both sold out day one, obviously within a few hours, it seems like. And they've been out of stock ever since, but technically these are coming out, so I wanted to go ahead and share those. Now let's go ahead and move on to some older movies that are coming out. We've got 12 Strong, which is coming to 4K for the first time. They're asking $25 for it, which is not bad. This is actually a pretty underrated movie, in my opinion. I think 12 Strong was a pretty good movie. We've also got Into the Blue, which is getting another Blu-ray release. I think the previous Blu-ray release of Into the Blue has been out of print for a little while, so this is basically just a re-release of that movie. It's just on Blu-ray. We're not getting a 4K for it. This is like one of my guilty pleasure movies. I just like Into the Blue. It's kind of one of those disposable movies you can put in when you can't find anything else to watch. We've also got Narc on 4K. This is an Arrow release. They're asking $50, so pretty high priced. It's got some pretty sharp art. I've never seen this movie, so I don't know if it's any good or not. But again, $50 for this one seems pretty high. We've also got Crimson Peak, which is another Arrow release coming out on 4K. They're asking $60 for this one. I'm familiar with Del Toro, but I've never seen this movie. It's not the type of movie that I would watch. For those who are interested, this one is coming out, but at $60, that's a lot of money. Next up, we got Once Upon a Time in the West for $38, and this has some really great art, but at $38, man, that's pretty high priced for this. It's not a steelbook or anything. The art looks really good. I've never seen the movie. I would be picking this up, but I'm not going to pick it up for $38. I'm sorry. If this was more in the realm of like $25, then I'd pick it up because I really do like this art. But yeah, I mean, that's just me personally. This one is coming out though and looks pretty sharp. We've also got Bad Lieutenant with Harvey Keitel, which is the original Bad Lieutenant, I believe. The only one I had seen was the one with Nicolas Cage, which was a Nicolas Cage movie. This is the first time coming to 4K. They're asking $32 for this one. Next up, we've got a 2-pack here, a double feature of the Addams Family 1 and 2. These are the animated Addams Family movies. I never got around to checking these out. I really like the Addams Family movies from the 90s with Christina Ricci and that, but I've never got around to checking out the animated movies. But the double feature is coming out. They're asking $36 for it, which really isn't too bad. You're getting a 4K and a Blu-ray, it looks like. So dual packed here and 2 movies. So that's really not that bad. We've got The Island of Dr. Moreau. I've never seen this one. Obviously, there's lots of Island of Dr. Moreau movies out there. I just wanted to share this one because I thought the art looked really awesome. You know, if you're walking down the aisles in a Blockbuster back in the day and you saw this art, you're like, I think I need to pick this up and check it out. We got Night Falls on Manhattan. This is an Arrow release Blu-ray, not a 4K, for $26. I've never seen this one either. We've got Cry Baby from Kino Lorber coming out. This is the director's cut on 4K. They're asking $32 for this one. I have not seen this one either. There are a lot of movies that in this older section that I've just not seen, but I think have some pretty good releases, so that's why we're talking about them here. We've also got Navy SEAL on 4K coming out. Pretty nice art here for this one. Pretty clean. I like it. We also got Digimon Season 2 coming to Blu-ray. They're asking $80 for this. You can pick up the DVD sets of these seasons for a lot cheaper, but I know that they released the first season on Blu-ray, and obviously this is the next season to come out, Season 2. I'm a Digimon fan over a Pokemon. Like growing up, I like Digimon more than Pokemon. It is nice to see these Blu-rays coming out. I don't really know how sharp the picture is, if there's really any big difference between it and the DVDs. And there's a movie that I talked about last month that was supposed to come out that got moved to this month, and that was Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That has actually got moved to this month and is coming out. It's a dual packed with the really bad sequel, but the original Zombie Islands were probably one of the best Scooby-Doo movies, especially if you grew up in the 90s. So that one is coming out on Blu-ray for the first time here in this dual pack. All right, the next section I want to talk about is a section that I think you guys will probably be interested in, and that is that there are some 4K movies that are coming out with DVD packages. So these are packaged in old DVD style boxes, and they're combo packs. So they include 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD, right? And all of these are selling for $11. So, and these are all pretty good movies here. If you don't mind having a DVD box, this is something to probably consider, because the idea of getting all of these discs, all of these formats, you're getting 4Ks for $11. it's something to consider. First up, we got The Untouchables, which recently had a Steelbook release as well, but again, $11 for this one, and that's a great movie. We've got Escape from LA, which is the not as good sequel to Escape from New York, which was a far superior movie. Again, $11. We've got The Hunt for Red October. This is one of the Jack Ryan movies. All the Jack Ryan movies have released on 4K over the last couple years. So, but this one is the one that they decided to pick for this set. And again, I think that's a pretty good deal. $11 for that one. We've got Shutter Island, which a lot of people really like. I've personally never got around to checking out Shutter Island, but I know a lot of people really like that movie. We've also got Interstellar. That's right. You can get a Christopher Nolan movie on 4K. And Interstellar on 4K is one of the best looking 4Ks that I have. But all of the space scenes and stuff, it just looks really sharp. And Christopher Nolan's really good about putting out high quality physical media, as we talked about here previously on the channel. Again, $11 for this one. We've also got Cloverfield. I know a lot of people get motion sickness from this movie, and sometimes I do as well. I haven't seen it in a while. When it first came out, I didn't get motion sickness, but I think the last time I watched it, there were some scenes that gave me some motion sickness. But the idea that you can get a 4K Blu-ray and DVD copy of this movie for $11 is pretty solid. We've also got A Quiet Place, which is a really solid movie, and Beverly Hills Cop. Now, this one's one I went in and pre-ordered because I don't have Beverly Hills Cop, and for some reason, having a DVD package just seems right to me, having Beverly Hills Cop on a DVD package. So, and The Lost City. Now, this is a brand new movie. This come out last year, and it's already got this option here for $11. You can get the 4K Blu-ray and DVD. So I really wanted to highlight this section because I think this section is probably the most interesting thing coming out this month outside of Dune Part 2, especially if you're just getting into 4Ks. Being able to pick up brand new 4K combo packs for $11 is pretty solid, as long as you don't mind having it packaged in a DVD box. So those are some of the things coming out this month. Again, these are just some of my picks, some things I think you guys might be interested in, some of the major releases and so on. I'm not covering everything in the video because this video would be a lot longer if that was the case, but this month in particular, I think I pretty much captured a lot of the biggest things coming out. But if there is anything I missed and anything you guys are interested in that I didn't talk about here, obviously continue the conversation below and let me know what this month you guys are looking forward to the most. What are the things you're picking up? I can tell you one of the main things I'm picking up is Dune Part 2, that's for sure. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I know this animated format is pretty different from actually being in person in front of the camera, but I use this animated set from time to time when I'm traveling or when my set is just torn up and I can't really film, or if I'm sick and under the weather and can't be in front of the camera, that's usually when I use this animated set. And I always tinker around with this animated style from time to time anyway. So this is actually the first time using this version of my animated set. So hopefully it wasn't too strange for you guys. And I just want to thank you all for sticking around. Thank you, subscribers. All of you are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Heatrue64, and I always tell you the truth.